There you go.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody. And today we'll proceed into the moves a little more, reviewing the warm-ups and some of the exercises. And I think Mary Jean will post what is relevant to us. It's one of the things I wanted to mention is it's hard for me to see how you're doing, but if you can, that's one of the difficulties with online teaching of Tai Chi. I can't really see how you're doing or make corrections or whatever. So I'll probably use as much verbal description as I can as I do things. And let's see, that's one of the things I wanted to mention. At the beginning of the screen there that Mary Jean has put up near the top, Mary Jean, I don't know if you can move down a little bit on the screen. There's a link the other way.
Sorry, the link is in the chat. Just one second
right.
here.
Anyway, the link is I try to give you something interesting to have a reference for. And this one is to a different style of Tai Chi. It's called Chuan. And I found the instructor very informative about principles and also what Tai Chi is for and whatnot. Their focus is basically healing, which is kind of like the Taoist Tai Chi that I teach as well. It's a healing form rather than leaning towards the martial arts, although that aspect is there. But with this, it's more of a healing, a gentle Tai Chi rather than a foundational Tai Chi for martial arts, which it is as well anyway, but probably would have a different stress if you follow some of those teachings. And one of the things I want to mention today, I don't know if you can see me right at the moment or you're seeing the screen, is when you watch me, I'll try to keep my feet there. But anyway, whoops, okay. Since it's Christmas, I had to clear out my living room to do this, but I couldn't move the Christmas tree. And the backwards 5-0. So I've been married 5 years, actually 50. We had a 50-year celebration last night. So actually, we had a lovely roast beef dinner, and it was with my immediate family. It was really good. So that's what the 5-0 stands for. And it also indicates the problem I have with describing my motions, because when I say left, you'll see right, because it's a mirror image of what I'm doing. It's the front camera on my iPad, and it switches left and right around. The newer ones will allow me to switch that back, but I have an older one, so I can't do that. So I'm not going to try to say too much left and right, although that might slip out. And you may be able to switch it on your own iPad. I think Carol Misri just said that she could see it normally on hers. So on the newer ones, or on your, maybe even on your computer screen, you can switch it. Anyway, so without further ado, let's describe, can you put the screen back on, Mary Jean, for a second?
Sure. Hang on.
Sorry, I got that mixed backwards. Okay. The moves we'll go through after we do warm-ups and review the basic principles are the first 6 or 7, and we'll go through them in detail. And I'll try to focus on the principles and what you should be paying attention to, especially doing it the first time. And I may throw in all kinds of details, but the fundamental thing to remember is your feet position. and the foot motions, because you want to keep your balance and your weight over the proper foot and within a balanced position. So that's the primary focus in doing moves. The hands are the most visible, but they're not necessarily the most necessary to the moves, although in combination with the balance and the foot and the footing or feet moves is important, because Tai Chi, I think I've mentioned before, is a moving meditation, helps you to stay focused, and it also gives you a good workout, and also helps massage all the inside organs, which may be more necessary now during these lockdown periods where we're less active than normally. And it's affecting me in a way because I'm gaining weight. I need to work on that. And all the goodies, of course, around this season don't help. Anyway, so we'll go through the basic principles. And if you want to scroll up the screen a little bit, Mary Jean will talk about the warm-ups as well. The Dan-Yu, Tor-Yu, spinal rotation, cross hand and shoulder rotation, push-pull, Tai Chi wave, and creeping low like a snake, which is actually one of the moves in the set towards the end of the set. And we won't get to that for a while, but you can practice the warm-up if you want to on that one. And so the warm-ups are actually have all the essentials of Tai Chi in them, except maybe it doesn't promote the focusing and paying attention to where you are or being in the here and now. It's much more easier to let your mind wander during the warm-ups. But they're very helpful in doing this set by warming you up and loosening you up a bit. So we'll go through the basic principles first, then the warm-ups, and then we'll get into the moves. So I think this page is on Mary Jean. I'll have it posted as well with the videos. And you'll be able to see where we are each week. Okay, let's go through the basic principles first. Can you go back to the video so I can see myself if I got my feet in the image or not? Yeah. Okay. Can you see my feet? Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I'll go a little bit sideways. And
sorry, Johan, can you move a little closer to the window? Your feet are just cut off a little bit.
Oh, closer this way.
Closer to the window. Yes.
Right.
There we go.
Is that
now
better?
You can see them. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, I'm a little bit in front of the tree, but that's okay. Maybe I can tip that down because I'm going to have to move in front of the tree. Let me see. Down a little bit. How's that? Oh, there we go.
That's good.
I can see me.
That's good.
And I can get by the tree. Okay. The first principle in Tai Chi is a 45-degree position. So you got your feet together and you move one foot 45 degree to the other. And then all your weight is on that one foot. You lift the other one and you step out. And then you shift your weight to this one. So what this shows is the 45-degree position of the one foot to the other. So when you draw the one out that's in front, the heel is in line with the other heel. It's not this way, it's not that way. This way you can't move very well, and this way your balance is very poor and you can fall quite easily. So it's 45 degrees and step out. So you have that alignment, heel, instep to heel. That's the first basic principle. And then the next one is when you look down, you shift your weight to the one you're in front here, and you look down, and you should be able to see your toe over the foot where your knee is bent. Sometimes they say your leg should be straight, but as long as you can still see your toes, that's good. And this one too, you go back here, you can see your toe. You look down and here. So that's making sure you're over your toe. The next one is squaring the hips as much as you can. This way, 90 degrees to the foot that your weight is on. So that's out that way. And when you're here, your hips are there. So that's essential in Tai Chi, is rotating from one leg to the other, and that is squaring the hips. So you're not bending away over your knee by just not squaring your hips. It's the motion of the hips. So, and when you get to this one, you kind of sit into the hip without, just pushing your knee forward. So when you sit into your hip, you get that 90-degree position, and here as well. So I think that was the third one. And then another one is trying to, when you're in this position, there's an alignment between the back of your head and the back of the heel. That should be straight. That's to keep you from bending forward or backwards or sideways. You always have that, try to remember that straight line between heel and the back of your head, depending on the position you're in. And what was the other one? Equal and opposite forces. Often in Tai Chi, we go like this, and it's an intention in the opposite direction. So you're balancing out this tension and this one. So you're forward and you're down. And most moves are that kind of split where you're pushing out one way or the other. So equal and opposite forces here. And then there's, did I miss one? I don't think so. Then there's a couple of basic ones. The tiger's mouth, when your hands are out here. There's an intention between the middle finger and your thumb, kind of thinking that as the tiger's mouth, with maybe the teeth beside. And that's just the intention you hold in your hand practically throughout the set. And there's another one that's called hold the ball. That's like this, between the wrists or between the hands. It's like you're holding a ball of energy. And if you know, you can kind of feel the energy between your hands and your wrists. And that's another position in Tai Chi, part of the moves. And the other one is balancing on one foot, making sure where your weight is. So when I lift my foot, my weight is just behind the ball of my feet. It's called bubbling spring. And if you're off, you go off your weight, just put your toe down, make sure you've got it, and you can lift on either foot. When your weight's back here, you should be able to lift, and it's behind, just behind the ball of your foot here. Okay. And it's called bubbling spring, which it's another thing in Tai Chi is light as a feather. So there's no weight. If you try to imagine standing on water where the air or where the water's bubbling underneath, even in a boat or a platform, you would sink. But it's like floating on air, floating on the water. And that's where your weight is. And after a while, you do Tai Chi, you just float through it. Anyway, I think I've covered the principles. 45 degrees from here to here. Squaring the hips, knee to toe, back of the head to the floor. And what is it? tiger's mouth, either an opposite, equal and opposite forces. Tiger's mouth, hold the ball, and bubbling spring underneath that foot. So when you go completely from one to the other, like we're in this position, you should be able to lift that other one if you pay attention. It's usually a shift was a point, but you're there or there. Your balance is right there. And if you lose it, just put your toe down. And during any move, you're off your balance, just put your foot down, and so you don't tip over or something. Okay, that's the basic principles.
I should say that if anybody has a question, as we're going along, please feel free to unmute and ask a question or post it in the chat, and I can certainly ask Johan at a time when he takes a little break. So Linda has a question there for you.
Linda.
I guess we weren't doing the Toyu there. You were just talking about the moves. Is that correct?
Yeah, the basic principles.
All right. I was just wondering about the distance between the feet when you step out.
Right. Oops, sorry. And I'll do that. It's just a step. When you do the 45 degrees, you get your weight on that foot that's 45 degrees out, and then you just step out. You don't fall forward or step too close back, just let your foot go down, maybe a little bit forward, and to get the proper distance between, everybody will be different between the 2 feet. And, okay, now we'll get into the warm-ups a bit. And let's see. So the first warm-up I do is usually just sit in as far down as you can, just to stretch the knees a little bit and the joints between. So you're maybe pushing here, and I just sit just to kind of loosen the knee muscles. So you go down as far as possible and just hold it for a few minutes, and if you haven't done it for a while, it might hurt your knees, but so don't go down too far. Just go down as you far and hold it as long as you can, and then come back up, keeping your knees over your toes. So looks kind of funny, but that's what, just a basic, just a loosening stretch. And then right from that, you go into a Danyu. Your feet are a little wider than shoulder width, toes pointed out a little bit, hands shoulder height, and then you move back a bit. There we go. And then you just sit into that, but keep your back straight. So your legs are doing the going up and down, and the hands just lead down and up, and just go down as far as you can. Down and up. I usually breathe out on the up one. Doesn't matter though. And do in the beginning about 5 or 10 of those. And when you get to the bottom, just let everything hang. Your stomach goes out. This is not a squat where you're working on your core. It's to let things get loose. And up. And it's quite a bit of an exercise. You'll feel it in your legs. Okay. And the next one is the Toryu, feet together, 45 degrees. Maybe if I do it a little bit sideways. 45 degrees. Sit into this foot, bend your knee a little bit, get your weight behind the ball of your foot, lift your foot, and just step out. Don't go like this or just right here, unless that's the most comfortable for you. And step. And then you square your hips, shift your weight to the front foot. Arms out like this. Shoulders back a little bit. And then you rotate your hips. I'll do that first. Rotate your hips from one to the other. This is without the arms. So you're going rotate, shifting your weight from one leg to the other. And it's almost straight. Your head is always facing forward. And you rotate your spine under your head, shifting your weight from one leg to the other by rotating the hips. So you're not going like this and then down, but just straightening one leg and bending the knee on the other at the same time as you rotate your hips. Straighten the front leg, bend the back leg, rotate. And there. And now put your hands in, and your hands and arms stay in position with your spine. Like you don't move your hands separately. They're just hinged, and your head moves underneath your spine. So move back. And then up and turn. And back. And do about 5 of those for now. And maybe one more. Okay. Now we step back, feet together. And one thing in Tai Chi is balance. So what you do on one side, you usually do on the other side as well. So now we do the other foot, 45 degrees, sit, raise your foot, step out, rotate the hips, squared with that front foot. Your weight is on the front leg now. You should be able to lift your back leg with a little bit of focus. And then again, the instep is in line with the heel of the foot. Arms out. And rotate. And rotate back again. So the direction you're rotating, the one hand that you're rotating on goes under the other one. And always facing to the front. When I learned Tai Chi, they would do these, show you these warm-ups over the weeks, one at a time, because it kind of follows what you're doing in the moves. But I think if you get nothing else but these warm-ups, you're a long way into Tai Chi. Down, cross your hands, move back. And if you're looking at a point, your head should always be in a horizontal position so that you're not going bobbing up and down as you shift your weight from one leg to the other. A couple more times. Okay. And the next one is a spinal rotation. Let me get back a bit. Feet about shoulder width apart, parallel to each other. And this is a rotation of the spine and the head. So you're actually just keeping your hips forward and rotating from one to the other. Like that. And then you put your arms in there. So this one comes up, this one goes down behind, and then back again. This one goes down. This one comes up. Rotate, keeping your hips facing forward as much as possible. Rotate, look from one corner of the room to the other. Down, up. Rotate. It's a spinal rotation and opening. Especially good for the lower back. And one complete move would be this direction and then this direction. So you do about 10 of those. You can do more if you want. I usually go about 15 when I'm doing a set regularly. One more. Do it slowly. And there's a tension pushing back and pulling. It's like kind of pulling to the one side. This goes backwards, equal and opposite. That one goes that way. Okay, spinal rotation, and then shoulders. It goes feet parallel, shoulder width. Cross your hands in front of you. And as you move out, push the hands out, rotate the arms, and then squeeze your shoulders together, keeping the tension. Cross in front of you. Open the hands. Tension. You can do a little bit of a knee bend too. And back. And squeeze the shoulders, keeping the tension all the way down. And when you get to the bottom, let everything relax. And then come up. Do it again. Rotate, keep the tension. Let go, relax the shoulders and the arms. Come up again. Cross. And let go. Up. And down. One more. Okay, and the next one is kind of a push-pull. You can do it this way, yeah, this way. Feet parallel, knees slightly bent, shoulder width apart. And it's this pushing out, pulling in. One is pushing out, one arm's pulling in. So it's another shoulder workout, arm workout. And you can visualize a ball of energy out in front of you as you pull in whatever energy or chakra you want to visualize, one of the rainbow colors or white, and just pull it into your heart. Let that energy flow in and through you. You can also think of it as pushing out kind of the darker energy and letting it go into the stream of the ball. I like to think of it as pulling it in and letting it go through you and down through your feet and up through your head. So just reach in with that tiger's mouth, bring it in, push it out, bring it in, bring it in. Just scoop. I would do this about 30 times, maybe 20 or 30 times. And then just relax. And the next one is what they call the Tai Chi wave. Arms out, again, feet parallel, shoulder width, 45 degrees to the ground. Bend them up, another 45 degrees. Now you got 90 in between here. Keep your shoulders back and rotate around the middle finger and just count. Like you count up to maybe 30 or 50. You can even less if you want. And go not too slow. Keep the tension, tiger's mouth. Rotate around the middle. And if you're thinking of the forearms, it's the radius and ulna up bones just rotating around each other. And so I'll do it slowly so you can see. I'm just going around the middle finger. Don't know if you can see that. Just around the middle. Oops. This way, this way. Now I'm not even sure. There we go. Okay. And you just do that. You can do it a little faster if you want. And you'll feel it in your shoulders, in your arms, because you're moving a lot of muscles and cartilage into your arms. If you have any arm issues, shoulder issues, this one will show it out for sure. And then just let them relax. Let your arms, shoulders relax. And you'll feel a tingling in your fingers as the circulation comes back, or the nerves have been stimulated. They say it's a great one for carpal tunnel. If you're doing a lot of typing and things, just do this once in a while. Just go like this. If you're holding onto your steel wheel, do one hand at a time. Yes. There you go. Now get the stiffness out of your arms and shoulders. Okay. And then, I don't think I missed any, is the creeping low like a snake. I'll usually finish off with this one. Put your legs out as fairly far as you can, not too far, so you can still put your knees over your toes. And then you sit down into that one foot. And the other one. And let's see, I forgot, yep, one way. Actually, it's this way. There we go. Your arm over the leg that's stretched out, and the other arm go to the front. And you don't need to do too many of those. I usually do about 3 to a side in front before a set. Okay, that's the warm-ups. I think I went through them all. And any questions on those, Mary Jean? And how did that go? Were you able to kind of follow the verbal direction a bit and watch at the same time?
Yes.
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 Okay, great. That's great. Okay, now we're going to get into, what are we doing for time? Oh boy, okay. We're going to get into the first few moves. We went through the first 3 or 4 already, and we'll try to get 4 and 5 in today. But I'll review the first 3, then we'll add the other 2 on. Okay. When you start, let's see, I'll go this way. Give me some room. Feet parallel, shoulder width apart, facing to the front, whatever, facing forward. And then you bend your knees a little bit. Rest, put your arms out in front of you, get the tiger's mouth. I usually like to focus a bit, take a few deep breaths. Okay, then you raise your hands to shoulder width, lower them. I'm going to say right foot, left arm, So you lift your right toe, and point it out that way. I'm not going to go quite that far. And the right arm comes up and square the hips to this foot, to the front foot, and all your weight's there. So you shift your weight. And you get your equal and opposite forces, the lines, so your toe, and squaring the hips. So again, forgot the other foot. Raise your hands, down. Right toe, right hand, left heel, set it down 45 degrees. And out. That's opening Tai Chi. Once more. Raise your hands, down. Right hand, right foot, left heel, set it down 45 degrees, the alignment. And there. So I'll do it slowly, do it together. One, up, down, right toe, right hand, left heel, 45 degrees to the right foot, set down, square the hips with the front. Opening Tai Chi, that's the first move. And then from that position, it's hold the ball, step up onto that right foot, get your balance, step out with the left, 45 degrees to the right, bring the left hand out, right hand down, all your weight to the left leg, left grass bird's tail. Again. So you're here, or here actually. Hold the ball, step up, sit, step left, rotate the hips, and as you do, right hand goes down, left hand comes up in front of you, left grass bird's tail. Once more. Hold the ball, step up, sit, step left, rotate the hips to the right, left foot, right hand down, left hand in front of your face. Okay. And maybe we can do that once more. So remember, you've got now, you're in this stance, in step to heel, 45 degrees with the back foot to the front. Bring your arms, hold up the ball, hold the ball. You can do hands or wrists, wherever you feel comfortable. Stand up, sit, left step, right arm down, left hand up. Okay. Both together. Feet shoulder width, parallel, hands down in front of you, kind of like this. And raise hands, down, right foot, right hand, left heel, left hand, hold the ball, sit, step left, right hand down, left hand up, left grass bird's tail. Again, first two moves. Opening Tai Chi. Into left grass bird's tail. There we go. Okay, now the third move. You're in left grass bird's tail. You step up onto the left foot, get your balance, hold the ball, sit, step left. I'm going to move back a bit so you can see. So again, here, hold the ball, step up, sit, step right, 45 degrees here. And wait a sec, what am I doing? Okay, hold the ball, step left, and grasp bird's tail. There we go. So you're squared with this one, with your right leg, 45 degrees, step, and grasping bird's tail. There's a little bit more to it though. And the next part of this is opening up. Call this draw the ball, shifting your weight back, like in the Toryu. Bring your arm forward with your spine. Grasp your wrist. Take the pulse if you like. And then drop elbows. Come back. And here we are. Now I kind of overlaps with the next move, that one. Again, from left grasper's tail, hold the ball, step up, step right, move your hands out, shift your weight to the right leg, grasper's tail. So your hands aren't really touching. You just go as close as you can without touching your palm. You'll really feel the energy right there. It's like fitting the tail of a bird between your fingers and the palm of your fingers. You open your arms. So this one stays out and you shift your weight back like you're drawing a bow. And then back again. Then you grasp the pulse, take your pulse. And you shift your weight back. You've shifted back to the right. Open the hands and drop elbows like all this. Shift your weight again. And back. Okay. Once more. Left grasp bird's tail. Hold the ball. Step up. Sit. Step right. Grasp bird's tail. Open. Draw. Bow. Shifting your weight. Rotating your hips. Drop elbows. And out. Shifting your weight. So all your weight's on the front there now. Okay. We'll do those three. Feet parallel. Shoulder width. Arms in front. Raise hands. Down. Right foot, right toe, left heel, left hand, right hand. Hold the ball, step up onto the right, sit, step left, 45 degrees. Down, left grasp bird's tail, hold the ball, step up, step left, right, grasp bird's tail, draw the ball, shifting the weight. Rotating the hips, take the pulse, drop elbows, and back. Okay, once more. By the time you've done all these several times, you've done enough exercise for the whole set, almost. Which usually takes about 25 minutes you want to aim for. Okay. Parallel, raise hands, drop, right hand, right toe, left heel, left hand, hold the ball, step up onto the right, step out 45 degrees with the left, left grasp bird's tail, hold the ball, step up on the left, sit, step right, grasp bird's tail, draw the ball. Always facing forward, take the pulse, drop elbows. There we go. Okay, once more, without I will make no comment this time. Just do it. Okay. Any questions on those first 3 moves? Any difficulties, any pains, any, if it hurts,
No.
sharp pains, don't go away. Okay?
Good.
That's it. Good. Okay. Now we'll go to whip to one side. We're like this, end of the last movement. Then you lift your right toe, rotate till you're almost knock-kneed, but your toes are pigeon-toed. And then you shift your weight to the right leg, turn, put your toe down, put your hand, left hand into the right elbow, like this. And this is what they call a beak. Make a beak out of your hands, bird's beak, parrot, whatever. And sit and step as you do. Move this hand out. And that's whip to one side. Again, from here, pigeon-toed, toe down, left hand into right elbow, make a beak, straight out from your shoulder, sit, step, rotate the hips to the left leg, and it's called whip to one side. Again, do it a little slower. Pigeon-toed. Can you see my feet? Maybe not. Let's do that again. Pigeon-toed, shift your weight, toe down, left hand into right elbow, sit, step, right hand out. Okay. So that's 4 moves, whip to one side is that last one. So now let's do it together. All the way from the beginning. Parallel, bend your knees, hands in front of you, raise hands. Left, right toe, right hand, left heel. Rotate the hips, left hand down. Opening Tai Chi. Hold the ball, step up, sit, step left, left grass bird's tail. Step up on the left leg, hold the ball, sit, step right, grass bird's tail. Rotate the hips into the right leg, draw the bow, rotate the hips into the left leg, take the pulse into the right leg, drop elbows, rotate back. And pigeon-toed, toe down, left hand into the right elbow, forward. All your weight is now on the left foot. Okay, from there is step up and raise hands. So you this, all your weight is here, And you shift your weight, rotate, lift the toe 45 degrees, you're 45 degrees this way. Back again, put your heel down, half a step in front of the left leg. Bring the left hand into the right elbow. Step up and raise hand. So from whip to one side, step parallel, shift your weight back and forth, heel down, left hand into right elbow. Step up and raise hands. Once more.
Just to let you know, Johan, we have just a couple minutes left.
Oh, okay. I'll finish this move then. We'll do it once more. From, where were we? Up to one side. No. Yeah, up to one side was here. And shift your weight, bring this hand with it. Again, heel down, left hand into elbow. Step up and raise hands. Okay, once from the beginning, and then that'll be the finish. Raise hands. Right foot, right hand, left heel, left hand. Hold the ball. Step up. Step left, left grasp for its tail. Hold the ball. Sit. Step right, grasp bird's tail. Draw the bow. Take the pulse. Drop elbows. Pigeon-toed, toe down. Left hand in the right elbow. Beak. Whip to one side. Shift your weight back. Back. Heel down. Step up and raise hands. So your heel is now like this. Okay, I guess we're kind of out of time, so I'll leave it there. That's 5 moves? I think so.
Yeah.
Or 6. No, that's 5, yep. Okay, any questions or comments?
Thank you, Johan. That was absolutely fabulous. I love following along with you.
Great, great. That's good.
Thank you.
And are you nicely warmed up?